Rafting the Bow. When it comes to rafting in the Calgary area, it doesn't get much better than the Bow River. Not only does it flow right through the city for easy access, there are a multitude of put-in and take-out spots allowing for easily customized trips, both flatwater and whitewater sections, and a variety of tour companies and outfitters to choose from. When it comes to Bow River rafting, there isn't much that isn't on offer. Whitewater rafting opportunities exist upstream of Calgary and are best enjoyed with a guided tour company. You'll get incredible views of the nearby Rocky Mountain Range, see wildlife along the shore, and have a wild time in the Bow's exciting rapids. There are also flatwater paddling sections upstream of Calgary, but by far the most popular flatwater routes are located within the city itself. In this case, there are a range of options. Choose from guided tours, self-guided trips where all you have to do is show up at the put-in, and self-guided trips where you have to transport the raft yourself and arrange for shuttles. No matter what your preference, you'll find out how to plan the perfect Bow River rafting adventure. Ghost Reservoir to Cochrane. Put in at the Ghost Dam and paddle down to Cochrane on this 3 to 4 hour adventure. You'll need to negotiate a steep hill to reach the access point, but once at the bottom there is a flat, rocky space for you to launch your raft. This section of river is mostly flat water, but has a swift current. There are some small Class 2 rapids that are quite manageable and fun in a raft. Gaze up at cliff walls, look back to see mountaintops peeking over the trees, and keep an eye out for birds of prey and other wildlife. Just past the gas plant, you'll come upon Wildcat Island, a natural area that some choose to camp on to split the trip into 2 days. Eventually you'll begin to see houses backing onto the river, indicating that you're entering Cochrane. Look out for the Highway 22 bridge, you'll take out on river left. Always check flow rates before embarking on this trip, as the Ghost Dam can greatly influence how much water is flowing through this section of the Bow. Bonus Park to Prince's Island Park. For a classic Bow River float trip, set out on this 3-hour jaunt from Bonus Park to Prince's Island Park, sometimes referred to as Sunnyside. You can put in at either Bonus Park on the south shore, or West Baker Park on the north shore. You'll take out on river left, just under the Bow River Pathway bridge that connects to Prince's Island Park. You'll need to use this footbridge to cross over Memorial Drive NW to reach the parking lot. On this route you'll see a good chunk of Calgary from the water, and have the opportunity to pass beneath the Peace Bridge, which you'll probably recognize from many advertisements for rafting on the Bow. Shoaldies Park to St. Patrick's Island. For another great section of rafting through Calgary, put in at Shoaldies Park and take out at St. Patrick's Island. This 2 to 3 hour float overlaps with the previous route, starting you a little upriver from Prince's Island Park. You'll still pass under the Peace Bridge, around many islands and past beautiful parks. The access point is a boat ramp located in Shoaldies Park, where the Trans-Canada Highway passes over the river. At the end, you'll get off on river left at the St. Patrick's Island boat launch, just before the Calgary Zoo. You can also take out farther down on river right at Pierce Estate Park. Just be sure to get off the river before Harvey Passage. Graves Bridge to Fish Creek Provincial Park. Looking for a less busy route that's still easy to access from within the city? Put in underneath the Graves Bridge, on Glenmore Trail, on the west side of the Bow. You'll paddle for about 2 hours and then take out on river right in Fish Creek Provincial Park, just before the Stony Trail SE Bridge. There's far more green space along this route, allowing for a more secluded feeling as you float down the river. Bow River Raft Rentals. Need to rent a raft to embark on your self-guided Bow River rafting adventure? See the local rental shops below and get fully outfitted. Lazy Day Raft Rentals. Whether you want to pick up a raft and head out on a Bow River rafting route of your choosing, or want a hands-off experience with help launching and taking out, Lazy Day Raft Rentals has you covered. Option 1 is to pick up a deflated raft and equipment at their shop downtown, and return it 24 hours later. The second option is to raft their predetermined and staffed route, starting at the West Baker Park boat ramp and ending at their shop downtown. Staff will be on site at the put-in with your raft already inflated, and will help you get on the water. They'll also be waiting at the takeout to help you get the raft off the water, and will look after getting the equipment back to the shop. This is approximately a 3-hour float. The company rents for -6, -8, and 10-person rafts from the beginning of June to mid-September. Phone, 403-258-0575. Address, 723rd Street Northwest, Calgary. Sports Rent. Sports Rent is located 3 minutes from popular launch sites along the Bow River, including Edworthy Park, Shoaldies Park and Bonus Park. However, you'll be responsible for picking up, transporting and returning the raft and equipment to and from your put-in and take-out locations. They offer 4-, 6-, 8 and 10-person rafts which can be rented in 1-, 2-, 3-, 4-, 5-, 6 and 7-day increments. Phone 403-292-0077. Address 4424 16 Avenue NW, Calgary. Bow River Rafting Rules. The City of Calgary has outlined some straightforward rules for rafting the Bow River within city limits. The most important is that you must always be wearing your PFD while on the river. As well, you may only launch your watercraft in designated areas to ensure naturally sensitive areas are not damaged. Safety kits are required on all types of non-powered watercraft, that includes rafts. This kit must contain a bailing device, paddle or sound signaling device, heaving rope or towing line that floats, and navigation or safety light. In addition, it's a good idea to bring the following: water, hats, sunscreen, and a cell phone, in a waterproof bag or container. Common infractions on Calgary's waterways include public urination, littering, and intoxication. Note that transporting or consuming alcohol on the Bow River, or any of Calgary's waterways, is not permitted. Float tours. Rapids and cliff jumping not your thing. There are several guided raft tours on flatwater sections of the Bow as well. Your guide will act as interpreter, telling you about the history, wildlife, and landscape of the area you're traveling through. You can choose from natural or urban surrounds, some tours taking place outside city limits, and others allowing you to drift right through the heart of Calgary. Canadian Rockies Rafting and Adventure Centre. One of the draws of the Rockies is the incredible wildlife viewing opportunities. A float down the Bow River is a great way to improve your chances of seeing some of the resident elk, deer, osprey, eagles and beaver, to name a few. Canadian Rockies Rafting's Bow River nature floats take place at dawn and dusk, the prime times of day for seeing wildlife. The morning tours are at 8:15 a.m. and 10:15 a.m. and are an hour in duration. On these tours, you'll float through the town of Canmore. The evening tour is at 6:30 p.m. and is an hour and a half. After floating through Canmore on this tour, you'll continue on to Dead Man's Flats. Tours run from the beginning of May until the middle of September. Blankets, PFDs, binoculars, wildlife guidebooks, and photos are all provided. On the evening floats, you'll be provided with a hot or cold beverage, depending on the weather. Phone 1-877-CAN-ROCK. Meeting location: Canadian Rockies Rafting, Canmore. Canmore Raft Tours. Canmore Raft Tours offers 3 scenic floats on the Bow River, west of Calgary. The Townie is a 1-hour float through Canmore that will allow you to glimpse some wildlife, see the town from the water, and learn about the area's history. Tour times are 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 6 p.m. The Explorer is a 2.5-hour float from Canmore, down the river, and through the forests of the Bow Valley. You'll have plenty of time to relax and enjoy the beautiful views of mountain peaks, not to mention learn about the area's flora and fauna. Tours depart at 6 p.m. Rafts and Crafts puts a spin on the Explorer tour, tacking on a Canmore brewery and distillery tour. The float itself is 1 hour and departs at 4 p.m., for a total length of 3 hours. You'll not only be able to take in beautiful views from the river, but try some of Alberta's best beers and spirits. Tours run from the middle of June to the middle of September, though opening and closing dates vary year to year. All tours meet at the public boat launch on the Bow River, just a 5-minute walk from downtown Canmore. Phone 403-688-1775. Meeting location: Canmore Public Boat Launch.